Welcome to the course on analog design, interview questions and gate questions solved. Hi, my name is Dr. G.S. Javed and I'll be a course instructor going forward. In this course, hello, welcome. In this particular subject or problem, we will see two op-amps connected with two of their respective input sources where we need to find what is the output voltage. This example is a classical example of applying the superposition theorem and solving the problem. Before that, let us understand what are the conditions needed for an ideal op-amp. An ideal op-amp has the following three conditions. The open loop voltage gain is infinite, the input impedance is infinite, and the output impedance is 0. Since the input impedance is infinite, the voltage gain AV is given as V0 by VID, where VID is the input difference of the op-amp terminals. So this is given as VID equal to the difference of the voltages between the inverting and non-inverting terminals is given as V0 by infinity, or is 0. So this effectively gives V plus minus of V minus equal to 0. So this is the equation that we will be using. Now in op-amp 2, we see that the input is connected into the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp. So let us call this non-inverting terminal voltage to be Vx. Since it is connected to the non-inverting terminal, the output voltage can be written as 1 plus Rf by R1 times the input Vin in this. So this is given as 1 by 1 plus 1 times Vx, or it can be written as 2 times Vx. This is equation 1. Now in op-amp 2, op-amp 1, we find that there are two voltage sources, one connected to the inverting and another connected to the non-inverting terminals. So to solve this problem, we will use the superposition theorem. Superposition theorem states that the output voltage is the sum of all the input voltages taken individually one at a time and calculated. So with this, let us now find out what is the output voltage Vx and then reapply that to equation 1. So redrawing the op-amp 1 output, here we call this as op-amp 1 and this is op-amp 2. So in the op-amp 1, it can be written as with one voltage turned off. So this we will ground and this will become the input. When this is grounded and this becomes the input, the effective voltage is given. There is no current flowing internally, so this resistor does not contribute to the calculation. So when this is connected to ground, this voltage is connected to ground. This node is at ground. This node is also at ground, or the voltage is 0. So now in this particular configuration, the input is given to the non-inverting terminal, inverting terminal. So the output voltage is given as Vx due to voltage 1 equal to minus of Rf by R1, 1 by 1 times the voltage minus 2 is equal to 2 volt. Right? Now, if we ground this node and keep the voltage supply active here, we will find that the input is connected to the non-inverting terminal. So the output of the non-inverting terminal is given as one plus Rf by R1, again it is 1 by 1 times the input power supply plus 1, that is given as 2 volt. So the cumulative answer Vx is equal to Vx1 plus Vx2, that is given as 2 plus 2 equal to 4 volt. Now effectively from the output, if you substitute into equation 1, V out is equal to 2 times Vx. So Vx is 2 volt, so 2 times 4 is equal to 8 volts. So V out equal to 8 volt. Quite easily done.